Main_JF. Today, with a heavy heart, conversation I would like to have with you guys today is why Jovenel Moise was hated by the elites. I want to first start my video by saying rest in peace to our fallen president. I also want to say as well too, Martine Moise, his wife and first lady, has made a statement yesterday where she explains who Jovenel was as a person and, you know, the tragic loss, her feelings on the tragic loss of her husband, her partner, the father to her children. And she says she knew that when Jovenel got into politics, she knew he wasn't just going to be for herself, but he was going to truly be for the people. And he lost his life because, and she doesn't say any names, but he lost his life because of dirty politics. He lost his life because he truly was doing the work for the people. And as a diaspora, as someone who has heavily followed Haitian politics since I was a child, since I've asked my mom why I wasn't able to visit my cousins in Haiti and why can't we go to Haiti this summer, that summer, this winter, because of politics, because of political turmoil in Haiti, economic instability in Haiti. All this is due to corruption, not only in Haiti, but a corruption around the world where greed drives the decisions of others. I want to say when Jovenel came into power, Jovenel was one of those presidents, not president, but he was a candidate at the time that was running and made promises to the people. Like many politicians, you don't necessarily know who's going to be truthful once they get into office and who's really truly going to do the work. But he ran on a campaign, and I remember he was Nagmai. He ran on a campaign where he was coming from someone from agriculture. He's a farmer by trade, and he was truly going to do the work of the people once he got into office. Now Jovenel gets into office, and I can imagine that he is faced with many roadblocks. He even explains in many of his videos where he was approached by the elitists in Haiti, the people who run grand business, like grand businesses, big businesses in Haiti, right? The elitists, and he was told, hey, pretty much, here's a bag of cash. It's coming from the loaner bank, which we're borrowing money from, or the electricity company, which the government is supposed to give money to not give money, but give electricity to the people. We're taking money from these two companies. Here's your portion if you choose to take it. Jovenel said to himself, and he explains in his videos, like, how long has this been going on for? 20, maybe 50 years or so, where elitists have been taking money from the country, right? They've been taking money and they've been loaning funds from Haiti, which is supposed to be used for infrastructure. These bad deals are done and taken because Haiti right now is a lawless place, right? It's not, people are going and creating as they're going along, and there's no checks and balances. These people aren't being checked because, like I said, they're elitists in Haiti. Obviously, you have your president, and then you have billionaires, right? You have people who have an immense amount of funds, and they also have political connections as well, too, in other places. Politics is a dirty game. Jovenel declined their dirty money. He declined their advancements to play ball, right? And he said, no, I'm going to do the work for the people because I only have one boss. And Jovenel always says this. He only has one boss. And his boss is the people of Haiti. His boss is the citoyen. Jovenel explains in his videos that his purpose in office is only for the advancement of the Haitian people, to build economic stability, to build job creations, to light the country. Every which way Jovenel turned, there's corruption, and he needs help to fight corruption. If not him, then the next president to come needs help fighting corruption. That's why Jovenel wanted to change the Constitution. You guys would see. Jovenel wasn't going to change the Constitution in order for him to stay a longer term. No. He wanted to change the Constitution for the next president to come to be able to fight these injustices that go on in Haiti. And I'm telling you guys this because you have to look at where Haiti currently is now and where Haiti was previously. There was a lot of money grabs that were done in Haiti. Even during the earthquake, a lot of people would say, "Oh, where's all the money?" And they were blaming Wycliffe John because he seems to be he was at the time the face of amassing funds in the United States for Haiti, and all of a sudden people are blaming this musicianal artist for the funds being lost. No, the funds never even got to the government, never even got to the people of Haiti. They went to privatize businesses that the elitists put in place with their political friends. Everyone's all in cahoots here, where it's like, okay, this person is going to get 20 million, this person is going to get 10, this person is going to get 5, and we are going to do with the money what we see fit. Just because I put a jar in front of you, right, that says, oh, feed the children on the jar, and I tell you that, hey, these funds are going to go to poor children, disproportionate parts of the country, doesn't necessarily mean these funds go there. Many times too, a lot of the funds pay salaries, marketing for more funds, and then eventually at some point, 10% of the funds get funneled down to, if not even 10, to the children, right? You always have to look at, you always have to follow the money in politics, guys. You just have to follow the money. And Jovenel was trying to do the work. He has proof of work as well too. He ran on a campaign. He ran some promises where he wanted to bring 24/7 electricity in Haiti. And I want to tell you, being from Haiti and having family from Haiti, in Haiti, there was always a huge issue. And this wasn't a joke, but there was a running saying that the government gives power when they feel like it, right? Like, you buy corn, le ouvle. So, and that was what was being said in Haiti. The government gives power when they feel like it. And it's not until you go to Haiti you realize when the sun goes down, it is completely pitch black at times. But I want to tell you that Jovenel did what he can with what he had. And he wanted to change the Constitution, not because he wanted to stay into power, right? And the news and these news outlets will make it seem like this man was a bad man or he was corrupt himself. He truly wasn't. I realized too in history, bad people don't get assassinated. It's rare, extremely rare. Bad people do not get assassinated. What happens to good people fighting a good fight and speaking truth to power, those people get assassinated more times than not. Jovenel was speaking truth to power. Jovenel was being transparent with the people. He was doing the work that needed to be done in order to build a better tomorrow for the Haitian people. And they assassinated him because he wasn't playing ball, and he was making it more difficult, and he was bringing more eyes on the political corruption that goes on into Haiti. That's why the elitists didn't like him. I'm not saying that's the reason why that he was ultimately killed, but I do want you to know Jovenel's fight was an uphill battle because of corruption. It was always an uphill battle, and he wanted to change the Constitution in order to bring more power to the presidency, which, like we have in the United States with executive orders. He wanted to have more autonomy in Haiti, where he is able to drive the country in a direction where he sees fit. And you're gonna have some people who are gonna say, "Oh, that sounds like someone of a dictator mentality." Stop it. I'll give you an analogy. The parliament makes up about 149 people, right? And there's about 30 senators and 119 deputies within Haiti. It's a lot of people who have hearsay in what goes on in this country. It's hard for them to come to a decision, right? You want to come to a collective decision, but it's hard to come to one collective agreement on the littlest of things. Jovenel needed to move quickly in order to better aid the people of his country, because Haiti doesn't need help in the next 20 years. Haiti needs help today. Haiti needs aggressive reform. Haiti needs a president who's not afraid. Haiti needs the diaspora also to help them, but Haiti needs a bold leader, someone who is willing to step up and to stand up for what they believe in and not be afraid to ultimately lose your life before your country. A lot of blood was shed, in our history, and we continuously seem to suffer because of greed. And if all throughout Haitian history as well too, even when we had a kingdom, there's a lot of divisiveness that goes on within Haiti because of the world economy, right? Other forces as well too, playing a part in how this country decides to move forward. So what I do want to end with, guys, I just want to let you know that Jovenel was doing the work of the people. He brought power and electricity to tons of cities within Haiti. He invested into solar power within Haiti as well. He was investing into agriculture. One thing that I seen Jovenel did, and I knew, you know what? I like this guy. When he first came into power, one of the first things Jovenel did, he reinstated the Haitian army. The reason why he did that is because Haiti had an issue of they called it insecurity, but it had an issue of the nation not being secure enough in order to build infrastructure. He's seen that being an issue. He then reformed the Haitian army in order to better serve the people, to better assist the police when needed. And mind you, this was just the start. The army was just starting. They were still buying not tanks, but buying military grade defenses and things such as like SUVs, trucks, going through training tactics as well. The army was still getting built up. I seen that was somewhat of a vision, someone who thought of tomorrow, someone who was thinking of Haiti's defenses in the future. If he was thinking about Haiti's future, so you think about, obviously, you need to have a strong defense in order to be a strong nation. One of the first things he did. Like I said as well too, he brought electricity to many cities throughout Haiti because these people needed it. They were living in 18th century times in a 20th century world. 21st century world makes zero sense whatsoever. So Jovenel wanted to aid the people of Haiti, and he did just that during his presidency. It's a shame to watch such a courageous leader lose their life because of greed. And that's really what it comes down to. He lost his life, and he was vilified because he was speaking truth to power. It's easy for me, if I have millions, to run a smear campaign. We see it all the time. Whenever in the United States a political party is running, they're always spending money to talk bad on their opposition. In Haiti, they don't know how to spend money to talk bad on their opposition. They pay gangs. These people who don't have money whatsoever, they end up somehow with guns that are worth the thousands, and they don't even have money to feed themselves. They give these guns to these impoverished people with little of education, but of course, triggers are easy to pull. They give them guns, they run amok in the city, and then the whole world eventually puts their eyes on Haiti, and you tend to think that your president cannot handle, can't DJ pay in a way, can't guide the country in a way where it's building economic stability. You tend to think the person at the top seems to be a problem. No, Jovenel is just the president, but we know that there are more powerful people in place other than just the president. So I want to just say, again, guys, Martine Moise, I continuously pray for her. I hope she's well protected and she's healing And I want to continuously pray for their family, pray for our president as well, our fallen president Jovenel, and I pray for Haiti that they find a solution to why exactly he was assassinated and who is behind this. But I do want to say as well, so I want you to pay attention to something. In the Haitian flag, I'm just I'll leave you guys on this. In the Haitian flag, there's a lot of the color yellow. And what the color yellow in the Haitian flag represents is the loi, the gold that was held within Haiti. Haiti has a lot of riches, guys. And these other countries knew it and took advantage every which way turn they can. Haiti has plenty of riches and has the capacity and the ability to be a great nation, truly. But because of greed, the elites don't allow Haiti to be that country. So, guys, I'm going to leave you out on that. I'm going to continuously make videos. Stay with us. Stay vigilant to what's going on in our country. And like and subscribe, guys, if you like this conversation. I actually plan to make some videos as well in Creole. And I hope you guys have a great day. Continuously pray for Haiti, guys. And just let's do things differently, guys. Let's speak truth to power. Let's be accountable to the people we hold in power. And the next president we have, guys, let's aid them. Let's aid them in trying to change the nation into what it's supposed to be and not what we've known it to be for the last 30 years or so. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you.